In 1984 and 85, there were about four big-time rookie prospect names that were the hottest thing in card collecting. And they were Kirby Puckett, Roger Clemens, Eric Davis, and Dr. K, Dwight Gooden. Dwight put up an amazing start to a career which could have been so much more. In his first 3 seasons, he won Rookie of the Year. He set a rookie record for strikeouts by a pitcher. He won a Cy Young Award the following season, and he was a World Series champion and starter in the All-Star game the next. In the first 7 seasons of his career, say from about 84 to 90 or 91, he put up numbers that were comparable to Walter Johnson, Carl Hubbell, and Don Drysdale. By the time the 91 season was over, Dwight Gooden hit a bit of a free fall with the Mets and hung on for a few more years, and then went away, came back with the Yankees, a little bit with the Indians, but was never the same pitcher he was those first few years. But that didn't stop us from collecting. It didn't stop us from thinking he was such a heroic figure. In fact, he was such an amazing part of the dynamic of New York that there was a billboard on 42nd Street. If you came into New York City from New Jersey through the Lincoln Tunnel and made a right on 42nd Street, there was this huge billboard, an ad for Nike, with him throwing with the pinstripes from the Mets back in the 80s. A great looking shot, and you always wanted to see it. You wanted to go into the city that way. He was a part of that New York culture, as was the team, but he was one of those cornerstones that made it all work. So here's Dr. K. He was brought to our attention in the 84 Topps traded set, not as sought after as the 84 Fleer update, which was a tougher set to find with the Kirby Puckett and Roger Clemens, but his 84 Topps traded looking fine nonetheless, a great looking set to begin with, and then collectors were all over the 85 to pick up his official rookie cards, his Topps and record breaker for most strikeouts by a rookie. 85 Donruss was a good looking card. The 85 Topps record breaker record holder set, which was a separate set, not in conjunction with the base, and then his glossy sendaways, and at the bottom his 85 Fleer, 86 Donruss, and 86 Topps sendaway glossy. In 85, as part of his Cy Young Award campaign, he became the youngest pitcher in modern history to win 20 games, and his 86 Topps record breaker card shows that, next to his base and all-star card. Fleer gave him 3 cards in 86, his base, mini, and a Gooden in action, and it looks like a spring training shot with no one in the background. Fleer did a few of these multi-image shots, one of Cal Ripken, one of Don Mattingly. They were fun to find, as were the inserts. Fleer All-Star Team, one of 12. Topps experimented with mini cards of their own for a few years. Actually, it was 5 years, from 86 to 90, and his 86 is at the bottom in the middle, and then his 87 Donruss with the purple border, which goes well with his blue uniform. 1987 was a fun year to collect because all 3 of the major brands had really attractive looking sets that year. His 87 Fleer at the top next to his mini and limited edition boxed set card. His 87 Topps Ascendant Glossy next to his 87 All-Star and base. And his All-Star card has a variation, comes with and without the trademark symbol next to the National League logo at the top left. On the bottom is his 87 Rack Pack Glossy and his 88 Topps base and All-Star card. Another card that matches well with his blue uniform is 88 Donruss, one of the few that worked well. 88 Fleer, another box set, Baseball's Best, which is pitchers versus sluggers, and a cool looking shot in his 88 Score, which is reminiscent of a Sports Illustrated cover he had. Actually, it was an advertisement within Sports Illustrated, throwing a pitch right at you. In the middle is his 88 Fleer Star Sticker, his 88 Topps Sendaway Glossy, and 88 Fleer. And at the bottom is his 89 Score and Donruss, and 89 Topps Rack Pack Glossy. And as you can see, card companies started calling him Doc Gooden and printed his nickname instead of his first name. At the top here is his 89 Fleer, a darkened image with no flash again from 89 Upper Deck, and 89 baseball card magazine insert showing what he would have looked like if he was pitching in 1958 and 59, because it's a 1959 looking card. As you can see, I try to keep my cards in chronological order, but the card in the middle row is actually from 1990. It's a Score Masters, part of the base set, which looked a bit like Diamond Kings, painting type of image. So they'll have to get moved around. 89 Bowman, again, oversized cards sticking out over the pocket sheet, and 89 Topps base. At the bottom is his 90 Topps Score and Bowman, which fit the sheets perfectly and looks very similar to his 89, with a big smile facing the same direction. Other stuff from the 90s is 1990 Fleer, which shows the image of his cap bleeding over the blue border. Look a little different. 90 Donruss in the beautiful speckled red border, and I'm being sarcastic, of course. And 1990 Topps Send Away Glossy. In the middle is his 1990 Upper Deck and Team Checklist with painting by Vernon Wells, and 91 Studio. And at the bottom, 91 Topps Donruss and Upper Deck, taken at Shea Stadium, with someone from the Houston Astros just off of second base. 1991 Fleer at the top, we know those all too well. His 91 Fleer Pro Visions, with a big flame coming out of his glove, was entitled Flamethrower on the back. And 91 Score, the franchise representing the Mets that year. His 91 Score base is in the middle, and then his 92 Donruss, Conference on the Mound, and then 92 Score. Lots more 92s with Fleer, Topps, and Upper Deck on the bottom row. In 1993, we have his Donruss, Fleer Ultra, Diamond Kings insert, the nice looking painting. In the middle is 93 Topps, 94 Fleer Ultra, and then he was finally a member of the Yankees for his 97 Topps base set. In 96, he threw a no-hitter for the Yankees, something everyone thought he would do with the Mets, but he did it with the Yanks in 96, and this highlights card commemorates that on the bottom left. But we don't forget him with the Mets ever, as 2004 Sweet Spot remembers his 86 season, and next to that is his 2005 Diamond Kings Legend card. So that's Dwight Gooden. We call him Doc, we call him Dr. K. He won 2 World Series, one with the Mets, one with the Yankees. 4 times was an All-Star. He threw the no-hitter. He racked up just under 2,300 strikeouts. He'll always be known as a Met in their franchise history, one of those key players throughout their time. Although he didn't have a great time in the postseason or during the All-Star game. His record in the postseason was 0-4 in an ERA of just under 4. And his ERA in the All-Star game, he pitched in 3 of the 4 appearances, it was about 3.5. Still one of the all-time greats in my mind. And I actually was at the ballpark at Shea Stadium in '86 when he hit his first career home run. And I got to get his autograph a few years later, and they mentioned it. And he immediately said, Rick Rhoden. He knew exactly who it was. They beat up the Pirates pretty good that night. And it was fun to just discuss that with him for a few moments. So that's Dr. K. Thank you, Dwight, for all the great memories, and thank you for watching, and we'll talk to you soon.